He thought fear was enough. A name whispered in alleys. A myth carved in violence. The silence follows him, like blood in the water. Eyes watching, hearts breaking, not from what he is, but what he isn't. Still, the city watches. A shadow swell, symbols rise, and the man inside the mask begins to break through it. Hi, I'm Aaron, and this is StoryArt Cinema. Each week, we take a closer look at film and television with not just what happens, but what it leaves behind. Today's episode is about The Batman, a film that may wear the shape of a crime saga, but beneath the mask, it's about grief, identity, and the slow, uncertain road back to connection. Because sometimes the thing that saves you isn't the mission, but the moment you let yourself be seen beneath it. He built this mask to disappear, to haunt the city that broke him. A symbol sharpened into shadow, a name they'd fear. But vengeance doesn't make you invisible. It blinds you to the damage in your wake. And when the reckoning comes, it doesn't knock. It detonates. This is a legacy he didn't see forming. A killer in his image. Another lost soul who mistook fear for power. The myth worked too well. And Alfred, he wasn't just a butler. He was the one trying to keep the boy alive while the man sharpened his rage. You're not my father. It cuts. Not because it's true, but because it's cruel. Because it's all Bruce has left when the grief refuses to speak. He's not pushing Alfred away. He's pushing everything away, trying to protect what's left of the broken child still hiding beneath the cowl. But that mask can't shield him from this, from the consequence, from the mirror being held to his mission. And maybe, for the first time, he wonders if the thing he became is the very thing he needed saving from. He almost lost him. And for a flicker of time, Bruce feels something he hasn't let himself feel since that first loss. Panic, then regret, then guilt. He's worn armor for so long, he forgot what it was like to be afraid of losing someone who truly mattered. He thinks of the things he never said, the words he held back, not because they weren't true, but because he didn't know how to say them. And now, in this hospital room, none of it can stay buried. Alfred opens his eyes, and suddenly, Bruce isn't Batman. He's just a boy who never got to say goodbye the first time, and who's terrified he'll have to do it again. He speaks not with certainty, but with weight, about the fear he swallowed, about the grief he weaponized, about how it all became his reason to stay numb. He didn't want to feel it again, that ripping loss. So he buried it, beneath the cowl, beneath the silence, beneath himself. But Alfred never stopped seeing him. Not the mask, not the mission, him. Even in pain, he reminds Bruce that love isn't weakness. It's why we fight at all. The walls crack, the armor softens. And Bruce, who spent years pushing away the world, lets one person back in. Just one. Because maybe he doesn't have to carry it alone. Not this time, not anymore. And in that surrender, something shifts. Not the purpose, but the reason behind it. He wasn't born to suffer. He wasn't made just for revenge. He was made to feel, to protect not just the city, but the part of himself that still believes in family. For so long, he thought burying the past meant outrunning it. But you can't outrun a wound you never let heal. And in the quiet room, he starts to see it. Love isn't a liability. It's a way back to the parts of yourself you thought were gone. Alfred doesn't need an apology. He just needs the truth. And Bruce, he needs to speak it. Because healing doesn't happen in silence. It happens in surrender. And maybe for the first time since the alley, he's not running. He's reaching for connection, for forgiveness, for a life that doesn't end in rage. The myth can't do this. The mask can't lead. Only the man can. He walks into the wreckage, flare in hand, light and ruin. And they follow, not because he demands it, but because they see him now. Not the icon, not the fear, but the man who stayed behind to carry them forward. For so long, he thought pain made him powerful, that to feel was to risk breaking. and to break meant weakness. But this is something different. Compassion becomes his language, and in it, he becomes something more. Not above them, among them. This is no longer a crusade. It's a promise to rebuild, to remain. There comes a point when the mask no longer shields you. It buries you. When the pain you wear starts replacing the person underneath. And if you stay in the dark too long, you forget what you were trying to protect. Bruce didn't become Batman to feel, but feeling is what saved him. Not from the danger, but from disappearing into it. He thought vengeance made him whole, but it was love. The love he tried to silence that pulled him back. And now he chooses the harder path. To stay, to lead, to be. Not the shadow, but the signal rising through it.